where is home for you now? You've got London, America, here. Where do you base yourself most times?
Well, at the risk of sounding cheesy, Australia will always be my home. But at the moment, I'm in England.
All going well?
Yeah, really well.
That's good. Now, Owen, you've almost made yourself at home here. I believe you went swimming with the Bondi icebergs yesterday.
That's, yeah. Well,
Was it
I just
yesterday?
saw myself over there. Jeez. Yeah, I did go swimming. I went to Bondi Beach, and they have this outdoor pool. And I went swimming there, and there's a great guy that runs it who was an Olympic swimmer, Neil Rogers. And he was, this is like an amateur night in Dixie tonight.
Our previous sketch is falling to pieces. Is that something you would normally do? Do you just
well, I was
waltz
here
up and say, I'd
no,
like to swim in freezing cold
I came over, and it actually wasn't that cold, because I swam in Malibu like a couple weeks ago, and it was warmer here in your winter than it is in Malibu in the summer. But I was in January, I came over with my younger brother, and we hung out some down there, so it was sort of a repeat visit.
And this film, Wedding Crashers, is a fantastic film, this one. Good fun for you to be involved in a film with Owen and Vince Vaughn?
Oh, yeah. I felt so lucky. I had such a good time. It was amazing to work with someone like Owen, who's such a talented writer and actor, and it was huge for me.
Thank you. Log rolling.
And Owen, explain why these guys crash weddings.
Well, Vince and I play characters that crash weddings to pick up girls, and it's my character is starting to wonder if it's getting a little bit pathetic that we're in our mid-30s and we're still sort of, you know, trying to work lines on girls, and Vince assures me that it isn't and gets me to crash this one big wedding that's Christopher Walken as the Secretary of Treasury, and Isla plays his daughter, and Rachel McAdams is the other daughter, and we kind of fall for these girls.
And how was it for you to play this wonderful character of Gloria? Because she's, well, she's an interesting one, isn't she?
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. She's definitely...
Well, she's a little bit nuts.
Yeah, she is.
Bleeding.
Good fun to play this role?
Yeah, it was a good time.
Then where do you get the motivation for some of the looks that she came up with?
Oh, some people say I was playing myself, which is really upsetting.
Get out! No.
She's the homicidal sex maniac. But I just had a good time, you know. It's just fun to push it to the edge and to see what you can do with a role like that with no social etiquette, and it was great.
Now, I have to feel for you because we've had Vince Vaughn on the show, and he's an incredibly tall man.
Yeah.
And you have to dance with him.
I know. He's a circus freak, and I was looking at his belly button.
That's one way of putting it,
And
for sure.
I'm looking at his belly button. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, is it a bit off-putting?
I thought I was going to get fired when I saw him. I was like, there's no way they're going to keep me, like, such a short person with him, but it seemed to work for the physical comedy.
Now, Owen, have you ever crashed, or either of you ever crashed a party yourself?
I crashed, actually, Janet Jackson had a record release party, and I crashed that with Harry Dean Stanton.
Right.
And we went to go have dinner, and we saw some pretty girls lined up to go in this place. We were like, well, let's go check it out. And it turned out to be Janet Jackson's record release party.
So how do you talk yourself into well, I mean, were you famous at this time? Did people know who you were? So you just walk in?
Yeah, they kind of knew who we were. There wasn't really that much to it. We just kind of walked in. Although there was a reporter there that Harry Dean didn't realize was a reporter and was asking Harry Dean what he thought about the music. And Harry Dean said it was music to get your head kicked into. So that was a little bit offensive, I think.
Well, what about pickup lines? Like when you're in a place like that, do you use pickup lines much like your characters do in the film?
Actually, the best pickup line, I think that Vince had a good pickup line, that he says that sometimes he'll just take a girl to Blockbuster and say, have you seen a little movie called Swingers?
Nice.
And that sometimes does a lot of the heavy lifting for you.
And what about you, Isla? Have you ever had a guy come up and use like a really good or bad pickup line on you?
Not really. I don't have a great pickup line story. I mean, I certainly, yeah.
That's not a bad thing, actually.
Yeah, it's true.
And working on a film like this, does it give either of you ideas for your own weddings?
It actually
Great plans,
does,
because you see a lot of different weddings portrayed
We
in the
did.
film.
We crashed a lot of weddings, and it starts making. I think I'd like to have a very traditional wedding. You know, a church wedding. You know, kind of old-fashioned, and I guess that's what I brought away from this movie.
What about you, Isla? Now, you've got one coming up soon. Any plans for what, or any ideas that you might incorporate into your wedding?
I haven't thought of the wedding as such, but I've decided on the venue. I want to get married in Australia, and then we'll see the rest later.
Are you at that point where your wedding is being planned for you every time you open the paper? You read apparently what you're doing?
Yeah, I read I was getting married in Rose Hancock's house in Perth once, which is just so insane.
Wow.
I know, I couldn't work out the connection.
I'd love to see Sasha in there. That'd be very interesting. I'd like to see Ali G just interviewing Rose Hancock, just to see how she would deal with that.
Who is Rose Hancock?
Oh, you have... Oh. Where do we begin?
Oh, really?
She's an interesting socialite.
Okay.
And we'll just leave it at that. Maybe for the best.
Very politically correct.
Thank you very much. Well, the film is Wedding Crashers. It's out around Australia and New Zealand next Thursday. Please thank its stars, Isla Fisher and Owen Wilson, everybody. Thank you very much, both of you, for coming in. Now, also, very excited at this point because... we actually are celebrating a very important event tonight, and that is our 1,000th guest. And Isla, although there's two of you, Isla, as you were the first person to walk out...
Oh, my God.
You are officially our 1,000th...
I just missed.
You just missed! So, congratulations. You get Anastasia. Congratulations.
I know, give Owen something, come on.
Sorry, you missed out.
Beautiful moment, look. No, come on, stop. I know we're all a bit choked up about this beautiful moment.